It wasn't who I needed it to be. Jack hasn't answered, but it did from behind the door. It said my name as if it knew me well. Its grotesque vocalization of mouthing my name made me want to scream, "Hurry up!" into the phone, but I knew that would do no good. After all, Jack couldn't hear me to make the connection that I wanted him here, and fast, before something I'd regret happened. I just stood there with the phone to my ear, praying that Jack would answer soon. "Hey, Marie," it said. "I'm here." I didn't want to make eye contact with it. Plus, it was hard to see it in the dimly lit room anyway from behind the door. Whenever it stuck, its disproportionate head out to glare in my direction, for fear that it might think that I wanted its attention or something. And the phone just rang and rang. Jack was probably working with heavy equipment and didn't hear his smartphone begging to be answered. I hated this, being here alone with it and having Jack miles away, believing that all is okay. I stepped back a little as I could see it easing, its big head out from behind the door. How it ended up there, I'll never know. Not that I cared as long as it wasn't near me to be saying my name in my ear like we are friends. It frightened me. We could never be as close as friends are. It hungered to kill in every situation, and to me that's not a healthy relationship. I didn't want a relationship with it anyway. It was just too scary of a being to want to get close to, and I knew that as soon as I turned my back, my heart would be ripped out of my chest, literally. I put my phone back into my pocket and continued to look in the direction of it, knowing that sooner or later I would be looking dead into the face of a killer, something that has no regard for life. The setting sun made the dimly lit room brighten up a bit. I could see that I would be able to recognize it after a while. Again, something that I didn't want to do, but I knew that I had to face this fear sooner or later, and it looked like sooner was going to win this battle. It continued easing, its head from behind the door. "Marie," it said. This time, it growled my name. I stepped back a little and looked around the room for a way out, in case I had to run. I wanted so bad to ask, "What do you want?" But I figured that would be the opening to a vocal presentation that I would wish later, that I had never done. And so I kept quiet and focused on my path out of the living room and the house, to the car. I watched it rear, its ugly head from behind the door, and I had no choice but to stare at its ugly face with the tiniest beady eyes I had ever seen on anything. Its nose was too big for its face, and its lips appeared to be naturally curled upward, giving it a conceited look. How? I don't know, but it looked like it knew that it was better than anyone or anything, with its thinly wind-swept hair. "Marie," it growled again. I could see its teeth, or at least what was left of them. "I'm here, Marie," it said. "I know," I replied, and dashed towards the open door. My hands slammed against the screen door, forcing it to burst open with a loud thud. And I ran to the car. All the while, my smartphone was ringing of the hook. I dare not answer it, I thought. Just make it to the car, and you're out of here. I pulled the car door shut and pressed the lock button, making sure no one would be getting in, and then I pressed start, and the engine cranked, but did not start. "No!" I cried out. "Please start! Please start!" I said. Crying to the car gods did no good. I sat there inside the dead vehicle with tears ready to roll down my face. I grabbed my still-ringing phone and quickly answered it. "Jack!"